Hey, it's a new day and welcome back to my channel. Let's shake this up here. I have been into cold pressed juices lately. You'd be surprised what cute little local shops you can find on Instagram in your local area. You should check them out. I don't know, the creativity out there is just amazing to me, but this is from cold pressed juice. I found them on Instagram here in my area and I loved the Immunity Boost orange juice one. This one says it has orange, pineapple, carrot, lemon, and ginger. So I will just pour that over crushed ice. And the key is to make it stretch longer because these things are not cheap, like $7 a bottle. But did you ever try juicing something? It's so much work. Anyway, the key is to do lots of crushed ice so you feel like you have a lot more than you really do. Okay, let's try it. Okay, I was skeptical because of the carrot. I'm not a carrot girl. And you can taste the carrot, but like in a good way. I like this one as good as their orange juice, which, I mean, I guess it's based with orange. I don't know, it's so good. I've had some really like potent, healthy juices out there. This one is healthy and still like super delicious. And there's pulp, bonus points for that. Anyway, I'm excited for today's video. Welcome back. If you saw my recent daily non-negotiables video where I just talked about key elements of my life that I would not miss out on and that I intentionally do, then hopefully you'll love this video as well. I just want to sit down with you guys and talk about my intentions and my goals, and some of them are non-negotiables for the summer, but some of them are more just like developing goals and things that I want to do to make the most of our summer break. I have a kindergartner, and so this is my first real summer break since I taught school 6 years ago, and before that I'd always been in school from 6 years old to 26. I never took a break, and so my whole life was lived by the rhythm of the school year and then summer break and then the school year and then the summer break. And at least in Pennsylvania, that's kind of how the school systems are. From June through August, you have your break from school, and it feels like a vacation for some people, especially the students. I don't know about for us moms, but I, for one, am so excited to have my little girl home with us every day. And I know I'm gonna be sad when the end of summer is here and she goes to full-time school Monday through Friday. No, we don't homeschool. She goes to a Christian Mennonite, actually, private school. So we're happy with the decision, but there's definitely some sad parts to it as well. Just like there is with any decision that you make, there's always the downsides too. So I'm sure some of you have maybe unspoken goals for this summer or intentions, and I think it's good sometimes to write them down or to speak them out loud to kind of give them more weight and make you actually want to follow through with them. To me, I feel like the beginning of summer vacation is almost like a new year, you know, making resolutions and goals. And I like to make intentions and goals because I feel like then I am more accountable to myself and I don't want to let myself down. And not everyone's like that, but hopefully we can still chat together today and kind of, I don't know, get ideas off of each other, maybe think about things in a new way. Anyway, enough blabbing, let's get right into today's video. So the first thing I wanna do this summer is to eat like almost no lunches indoors. If we can help it, I wanna eat outside. We've been doing this already here in the spring, picnicking, going on some errands right around lunchtime, and then eating at a park or somewhere just to get out of the house. Oh, it's easy cleanup and everything too. I have my whole system down. I pack a little lunchbox, I pack a little picnic blanket, and we usually sit on the grass and not a picnic table because I have a 1-year-old and it just doesn't work. He likes to stand on the bench and then he falls through the hole. And anyway, it works best to just find a shade tree, spread out the picnic blanket, and then set out some meat and cheese and fruit, and their water bottles we always take with us everywhere. So I don't know, it's something that we can fit into our daily routine already. And even on days that we're home, I still would like for them to eat outside at the playground in our backyard. So we'll see how that works, but that is definitely an intention I have for this summer. But the key, I will say the key is definitely the packing of the lunchbox though. Like put your paper plates and everything in there, because if you try to like haul like cooked food outside back and forth, they need ketchup and then they need this, and then it's not relaxing or peaceful at all. The lunchbox is definitely what comes in clutch. Another intentional thing I want to do is to wear the sunglasses. I have pretty bad, deep, prominent, noticeable crow's feet, and I don't like them, but at the same time when I see them it reminds me of all the years that I taught 2nd grade and how I was very expressive with my face, and it just reminds me that, you know what, it's kind of like battle scars from those years. So it's fine, it's okay, it's probably genetics. The school story is probably something I just made up, but Humor me, guys. Anyway, so I think that one thing I can do to prevent them from being so prominent, especially, you know how you'll like be squinting and laying out in the sun and you'll get like a suntan and then there'll be white lines here. Yeah, don't want that. Actually, that goes with my next non-negotiable, but we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I had a friend who always wore sunglasses all the time because if she didn't, it would give her headaches. And I decided, you know what? I don't care about the sunglasses tan. This summer is going to be the summer of the sunglasses and I'm not going to lose them. I'm going to keep track of them and I'm going to take care of them and I'm going to be responsible and I'm going to be an adult about it. Anyway, which goes with my next goal, which is going to be more consistent with the sunscreen, at least on my face. Again, it's not good for you, and also aesthetics wise, my skin will be thanking me in 20 years if I continue to be consistent with that. My favorite right now is Hoola. They have a glowy sunscreen. I think it's 30 SPF, which is good enough for me. And it smells so good going on and it looks good on your skin. You could really just do that over top of your skincare and then totally skip the makeup. It just looks really good and I love it. And yeah, it's gonna be a very easy thing to add into my routine. My next non-negotiable for this summer is to spend less money but do more activities as a family. And so I know already we're going camping 4 times this summer and that adds up so much. It can get so expensive. The grocery bills alone just for going on a camping trip are astronomical. I do not know why. I use my whole grocery budget on my one meal plus snacks and kids' lunches that we eat on a weekend camping. Like, why does it work that way? I know we have lots of leftovers then usually, but still, I don't understand. I must be doing something wrong. But anyway, the weeks that we go camping, I always blow the grocery budget out of the water, which is fine. It's camping. Like, we love to do it. It's something we can do even with young kids. But then you have the camper expense and the campsite expense. We fortunately have a camper that we can rent for my brother-in-law at a very reasonable price. So that's helpful. But yeah, it just really adds up, especially as you keep adding children to things. And so there's a lot of things I would love to do with the kids someday, but we still have a 1-year-old around. And I think we're just going to skip the amusement parks and things like that this year and just do more family activities like biking with our, you know, we have Evonnie e-bikes that we can go miles and miles and miles on with the kids in the trailer. Go to the driving range, that's pretty cheap. Mini golfing, going on hikes, totally free. Again, we love the All Trails app. Find a place and just go hiking. Use that when you go on trips, guys. Maybe you went on vacation and you weren't really intending to go on a hike, but you have an afternoon free or something. Go on the All Trails app in your area. There's always so many places that you can go check out. I just love that app. But yeah, more family memories, but maybe in a little bit more of a cost-effective way. I do want to take the kids to the beach at least one day this summer, but we are not going to be staying overnight. We'll just be like a day trip. Here in Pennsylvania, it takes about 3 hours to get to the beach. Something else that might be on a lot of your lists for this summer is to get more veggies in. And I feel like living in Lancaster County, I'm so blessed and I'm very privileged because there is literally a produce stand almost on every corner. You have Amish ladies out there with their ice chests with their fresh eggs in, and they're just freshly picked extra produce from their garden sitting there, maybe a couple quarts of zucchini, maybe a couple tomatoes and a quart or 2 of green beans. It's just very common to see that everywhere. Plus there's like the big produce stands as well. And so I feel like I lose about 5 pounds every summer, which would be great. I'm not gonna complain if that happens. Just by eating more fruits and veggies. And another way that I'm doing that as well, which also ties into the whole picnicking of lunches that I explained about earlier, is often when we go on our picnic lunch, I'm busy like helping the children and running around and doing this and that, and I don't really have a great chance to eat. Or also I have work days where I work on YouTube. I cannot get this all done just like in the cracks. I have to have dedicated time, especially when the kids are napping. I'll often be doing YouTube. That's what time it is now. And so I often catch myself snacking on a handful of Cheez-Its or whatever and then eating lunch while the kids are napping. I actually don't hate this system. I feel like I get to enjoy my food more. And I also just want to have something that I can grab quickly. And so I've been off and on buying Daily Harvest as like a special treat. I worked with them, was it 2 years ago? And I kept buying them because they were so good. Anyway, they are working with me on today's video, which means you guys get a discount, which is awesome. And Daily Harvest is just like quick, easy food options for when you really should be eating something nutritious, but you're also very busy and you'd be quickly tempted to just grab a handful of potato chips or something. You guys can just fill up a whole box of all your different items that you like. There's different size options and it comes right to your door. But I like to stick with their flatbreads. They are so delicious. I will put them in the air fryer, but how I like them the best is in the oven because they get real crispy, and I'll sometimes add cheese. When I do a flatbread, it's definitely a full meal. Sometimes I'll just eat half of it. But other people I know like to add sides to it and things like that. But for me, I'm good to go with that. Flatbreads are one of my favorites, and also their harvest bowls and soups. I had one of their Tex-Mex Flair soups the other day. It was So delicious. It had purple corn in it, which I was shocked how much I loved it. It was so good. I'm definitely ordering that one again. And I also like their oat bowls for the morning. They are so delicious. I add a little brown sugar just because that's how I like it. Oh my goodness, my sister's coming this morning and I had to just do a quick breakfast. This goji berry one is so good. It's a new one for me. I never tried it before, but it is perfectly sweet with like some tartness to it. I love this one so much. I always get their apple cinnamon one, but this one's just as good.
Mom.
What? No, this is Mama's.
Mom.
All of their menu options are curated around sustainably sourced fruits and vegetables, and I'm just not very creative when it comes to, like, I eat veggies raw with dip. That's pretty much how I prepare it for lunches. So it's just really nice to have this option. They're so easy to prep and full of all the fruits and veggies that we're all trying to get into our diet. So check them out. With my code meganfox, you can get up to $65 off with your first box with Daily Harvest. Something else I'd like to do this summer is to have simple repeated outfits. Now, I am not a minimalist girl at all when it comes to clothing, but I want to create myself a little personal capsule wardrobe just for the day-to-day momming. You know, outfits that are super comfortable and easy. They hide the dirt, but I also feel like they flatter me. I feel cheerful and happy in them, and I feel a little bit stylish or fun. I know, guys, some days I dress like a kindergartner, but what can you say? Evonnie just loves it when I wear bright colors and bows and things like that. I definitely feel like since she started having fashion taste, I sometimes, like, especially if we're at home for the day, why not dress to get a compliment from her? It's just fun. So anyway, I do want to create, mostly I think t-shirt dresses are what's working well for me, but yeah, just simple, easy outfits that are already picked out for me and ready to go. And then if I have an actual social event or like a play date or we're going somewhere, then I get the fun of choosing what I want to. But in the mornings, I really don't need that creativity. I don't really want to think in the morning, to be honest. Okay, so I'm trying to pick out about 6 outfits, Monday through Saturday type of deal, that I can just throw on in the mornings, and then if we're gonna go away later or something, I can have fun of picking out an outfit. Like I said, okay, this one is for sure going on the pile. It is just all the things. I love the color, and it has some buttons in the back, but it's super simple, no fuss, and this fabric is super wipeable, so I feel like put together. It's athletic fabric. This dress I did design myself, so I might be a little biased, but you can get this. It's the Lennox, and it is on Inherit Clothing Co., and they have it in like 6 different colors. So anyway, I will put that one on the pile, and then this one I sewed myself. I just love the fun little ruffle detail. Evonnie has a dress that matches it, and it's, again, no fuss. Anything with like a small floral print I feel is so good. It hides all the dirt. Super breezy and comfortable for summer. This one, again, is very loud and bright, but my daughter loves it. She is 5. Can you tell? But yeah, it's, again, just very serviceable and easy and fun and bright and summery and all the things. I will have to wear a layering piece underneath, so that's one point against it. But other than that, this thing's pretty much perfect. Evonnie showed up for the try on. She's actually wearing the dress that matches the one I just showed you. But as far as the one I'm wearing now, I think this is a no-go. It's super breezy and comfortable. But I feel like, 1, there's a point against it because I have to wear 2 pieces, which is fine, but 2, it's also pretty long, and I feel like it's gonna get caught in things since it's so flary. So this will be more of like, I mean, I could definitely wear it for like a play date or errands or like coffee with the girls or something like that, but I don't think it's gonna be like quite as quick of just a grab it any day dress. So as much as it pains me, I do love this one so much. I feel very boho and summery. I think we're gonna put this on the special pile. Okay, this might not seem like a quick, easy dress, but stand by. Ta-da! I just pulled a plain white shirt over top. I'm gonna knot it and tuck it underneath. And I have a whole new, more of a casual look here. And this fabric, although it is very dressy, is perfectly wipeable. I love it. Can definitely wear this dress plain with some sandals, wear it on a date night or whatever. I found that I didn't wear it very often, and I love it so much. So I feel like by pairing a shirt over top, it makes it a little less dressy, and I wear it way more often this way. I just needed to get a hair tie, you know the drill, and then flip it underneath, and it will look super cute. You could do this style, especially really cute if you have a bump or something. But yeah, it's a way to take one of my favorite dresses and make it more everyday, any day, I guess we'll say. This will have to be another one, a shirt and a skirt combo. I can just see myself going to the library in this or whatever. I love denim. It's just so durable, and it's actually not as hot as you might think. And this is my current favorite tee, so of course I could wear this outfit with all kinds of tees, but I'm partial to this one at the moment. This one I can see myself wearing to go pick strawberries or something, just because it won't show any berry stains, and I did sew this one as well. I have a whole video about it. It's easily one of my favorite dresses, and it's like super flattering, isn't it? Very like sleek and plain, but it's still kind of fun with the print. I don't know, this one is so soft and I wear it constantly. Evonnie used to have a dress like this one, but you grew out of it, right?
Today on our field trip, not field trip, but when we were on the bus, I noticed that Miss Bible had a dress like that.
What? I met your teacher.
It was actually the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
But it was a shirt.
Oh, it was a shirt that matched this. Okay, yeah, it has like a few darts right here just to give it a little bit of shape. And then there's like a fun uneven hem at the bottom. Yeah, this one's for sure going on the wear everyday pile. Okay, and then this dress is just from Amazon. It's a simple black one. I have the Lennox like it as well, but this is just the Amazon version. I took out the elastic on the sides. It used to be like bump friendly, I guess. It still is bump friendly, but I don't have the weird ruching. Anyway, and then I just popped on a tee, which this one is cropped. It's from Riley and Crew. But what I will do is, because this dress is super baggy, it has no definition at the waist at all. And then we also have this crop tee that's like super baggy as well. The best thing to do with a crop tee to still wear it modestly, I feel, is to just get a little hair tie, flip it under. And then you have, you guys can see the vision. I just don't have a hair tie. I have to run in the bathroom and I'm too lazy to do it. But yeah, it gives you some like drawing in at the waist, and I feel like it looks really good, really easy. And I don't baby this dress at all, even though it was like very affordable on Amazon. So yeah, I think that's my 6, 7 outfits that I picked out. And I'm gonna see if this works. I feel like all these are cute and very me. They're a lot more colorful than sometimes, but 'tis the season. So yeah, hopefully that gave you guys some style inspiration if you're looking to do a little mini capsule wardrobe for summer, just to, trim things down a little bit. So I think that's a good way for me to incorporate the benefits of a capsule wardrobe while still getting to be, the fashionista that I want to be in my head. So anyway, that's another goal I have for this summer. Streamline that morning routine. I'm all about it, right? Okay, my next 2 goals kind of go together because they're talking about my minivan. We call our minivan Harriet the Chariot. She's like this goldish color. It just works, guys. Like I said, I talk to preschoolers all day, so Harriet the Chariot it is. But 2 goals with that. One, I want to be more intentional with my driving time with my kids. I feel like I'll just, me time. Like zone out and just drive, especially now with Josh's new career, job, whatever. We'll drive to his work. It's a chunk of driving time, and I'll just kind of like zone out. And like in the spring, I'd always be like pretty trees and round hay bales, and like I'll be pointing at different stuff as we go down through. But other than that, I haven't been doing great at fostering conversation with my children. They're just usually back there reading books and talking and playing together, and I just want to be more intentional about that time. I thought about it with when Josh is along. And I feel like if I was bringing up all kinds of deep probing questions when he's along and forcing this situation, I feel like he might not always like that. For him, he does like to decompress in the vehicle, I think sometimes too. And sometimes our best conversations are in the vehicle, but they're never forced. They just happen. And like we've been known to drive right past the people's houses that we were headed to because we were in such a deep conversation and we totally forgot. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be doing something here. Also with the kids getting older, you have to be a little bit more careful about what you choose to talk about because they hear more than you realize. Oh, we're right on that brink where they're getting too big for us to talk about some things. What did you just ask? What does forbid mean? Forbid means like saying no. Like they were telling the children not to bother Jesus, like go away. And he said, do not forbid them.
Yum, yum, yum. Pork is good. It's the glory to God, to God, to God, is the glory to God.
Along with that, with my van, my word for the year has been haven. And with that, I just wanted to like encapsulate safety and coziness and warmth and dependability and just order in my home, make it a haven for my family. And my van has been anything but that this winter. I just feel like with 3 children, you have 3 jackets and like 3 water bottles and all the stuff. It's just deplorable, honestly. And then they want to take their library books in the van and stuff. Anyway, it's just gotten out of hand, and I want my van to be an extension of my home. I actually enjoy cleaning up my van, so I'm not sure why it got like that, but for this summer with our busyness, I want to have it stocked nicely. I have a nice organization thing in the back of my van that I will put an extra set of clothing for each kid, which reminds me, I need to do that because the clothes out there are like way too small. I have winter stuff in. I need to put something more summery in there. And what I like to do for that is usually just go a size up. Like they're not really ready for it. It's too big for them, but in a pinch, it'll work fine. Okay, so I am organizing my car for the summer, and I think this is the last year for this car organizer. It has been really beat up, so I think I'll have to order more. I will link the ones I like down below. So we have Evonnie, Fletcher, and a Miller emergency outfits. I do not like any of these outfits, so let's hope they never have to wear them. Over here, I have an extra head covering and clips, and this I keep along just for, you can use it for so many things, like a scarf, a mask, you know, whatever. A head covering if you need to. I am putting this sunscreen in. I picked this sunscreen because it's from last summer, and in my experience, like, it's risky with using old sunscreen, so I'm putting it in there just as the emergency one. I'm not gonna throw it out. And then here's some hair stuff, Fletcher's hair gel, Evonnie some hair ties in this little Play-Doh container. I have an extra diaper and a little, I guess a dog bag, I guess you'd call that, but that can be used for so many different things. And I actually have a pair of glasses here, just in case I'd lose a contact or something. I'm not that blind, but I have a couple extra pairs of glasses, so I might as well leave one in the van. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna put in there. I should put a pack of wipes in yet, and then I think we'll be good to go. And each of the kids has like a little trash bin and organizer on the back of their seats, so they can easily throw like wrappers and stuff in there. So I'm not sure why it's been getting the way it is. Josh thinks the solution is no food in the van, but let me know down below if you make that work. I don't understand. Like, I told him I want leather seats so that I don't have to worry about the van getting dirty, and we got the leather seats, and I'm sorry, it's just, it's worth it. I'd rather clean the van and let them eat a granola bar while we're driving somewhere than, yeah, say no snacks at all. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe as they're getting a little older, but I can't expect my 1-year-old to have the same level of maturity and patience that my 5-year-old has. I have to remind myself of that. So I don't know, he just doesn't get it. We'll see how that all goes down this summer. Something else I want to do, I don't want to set such high goals because I know summer is so busy and I just want to have time to live. But if I have time in the cracks, I want to do more homemade snacks rather than buying all, like, summer is just a snacky season, let's be honest. We have all the Doritos and the s'mores and all that stuff. But when it's possible, I want to take the time to make some snacks. Some of our favorites have been cheese crisps. They're super easy to do. So I'm having a big cooking kitchen day today, and I'm making some cheese crisps. They're some of our absolute favorite. I'm just doing cheddar and Gouda into the bowl here. You can absolutely do whatever cheese you like, Monterey Jack, whatever, as long as it's not like, I've never tried this with mozzarella or anything with a lot of water content. Fletcher's just eating the cheese as fast as I can grate it. But anyway, I'm just gonna mix the cheddar and the Gouda together, and then you just kind of sprinkle it on, and you just put them on parchment paper and put them in the oven. So I'm just kind of making little piles here, trying to make them roughly the same. And they will spread out, so hopefully I'm giving them enough space here. And then I'm gonna go back through with just a little bit of Asiago. I was gonna put more in, but I tasted it and it's pretty strong. And then I'll just sprinkle them with some seasoned salt, and if you have some coarse ground salt, that's like the best, but I think I ran out. So we're just gonna be using table salt, but it'll still be good. I just like when you can bite into the little salt crystals, makes it so delicious. And then I'll just pop them in the oven. You can do 350, you can do 400, whatever, just get them all melty. And you want to bake them till they're actually starting to get a little bit brown. And yeah, we'll just take these along camping or eat them at home. So, so good. And if you're watching your carbs, this is like very keto friendly, I imagine. And I like to make my own popsicles as well. You could just use leftover smoothies if you make smoothies in the evening and have leftovers. Do we ever have leftovers now that I think about it? I don't know. But you can pop those into little smoothie bags that you can get on Amazon. I'll try to link them for you. And then they can just grab them and go. You know what's in them, you know what they're getting. And they can maybe stop having such a developed sweet tooth, if you know what I mean. I feel like children just over time, if they have too much sugar, nothing is sugary enough for them. And so that's just another way to keep that in check. So yeah, more homemade snacks when possible. Okay, these next two are a little more serious. One, I want to have no negative self-talk, not just around my daughter, but all the time. She's getting old enough to pick up on it, but also it's just a bad habit. I feel like summertime is when you feel, I don't know. And I think I often say mean things about myself so that Josh will like say nice things, like, you know, fishing for compliments. I do not do that around my friends when it comes to my appearance, but with my husband, for some reason, I feel like the need to, like when I feel disgusting about myself, I'll just say it out loud. I need to stop doing that because saying it out loud makes it more real. And I don't want my daughter to hear me talking about myself that way. That's so mean and so rude. And who knows what kind of struggles she'll deal with growing up, you know, if weight will be an issue for her. It never really was for me. But you know, as you have children and stuff, your body just changes and it's not as hard as it once was, or I don't know, it's just different and it doesn't have to be bad, but Anyway, I don't know. I just need to whip myself into shape here and not say negative things about myself. And if I have a problem with something, then I should just eat more nutritiously, go running more often. I would love to get into lifting weights again, but I'll probably save that for this winter. I just know you just can't make that many goals for the summer. They just won't all happen. And then the next one is to greet Josh like a war hero when he comes home from work, or I don't know, maybe not quite that extensively, but you know what I mean? It's so easy to just keep going about what you're doing. Your hands are dirty or you're working in the garden or whatever. You know what? Who cares? He's dirty. If I'm dirty when I come home, I can still give him a hug and stuff because he's dirty too. So it's totally fine. You know, if my hands are dirty from working outside in the flower beds or whatever, who cares? He's dirty too, you know? I want to go give him a hug, be intentional about that. And I know it's not like the best time to connect and talk a ton. It's usually just quick, but I think that would do wonders for him and for me, because sometimes I know some people say they just feel touched out by their children. I just want a good, strong, manly hug when he gets home from work. It's just worth its weight in gold, except hugs don't weigh anything, so never mind. Along with the evenings, another serious goal that I really want to do, like 75% of the time, is to have my work done by supper time, so that when supper is over, we can just clean up and head outside, be outside together as a family, or just maybe go on a bike ride together, whatever, instead of me using my evening as like the buffer zone of getting all the things done I didn't get done throughout the day. And then pretty soon Josh is helping me with stuff and he's had a long day too. And I don't know, I need to figure out a way to streamline things that whatever gets done by supper time is what gets done that day. And I have a pretty good intentional system with like laundry and things like that. But yeah, some nights it just can be pretty busy. I need to not be too hard on myself. I think that's kind of a tendency we have in the winter, because what else is there to do? You know, it's dark out and whatever. But summertime, I want to have time to just be outside drawing with chalk with my kids, or biking to the produce stand, or you know, stuff like that. Just living the summer life. Also, this summer, I want to be more intentional with teaching my children domestic chores. I always tell Evonnie that, you know what, school is for learning things in the books, but we're going to learn things at home as well. We're going to learn about real life, working with our hands, and being productive citizens. You guys have heard me say that quote so many times already. But yeah, I just need to be more intentional about it. The chore stick thing does not work for me. I think the kids would like it, but I just don't. Like, I want things done that actually need to get done. What if the windows don't need washed, you know? Or what if the sweeping isn't the most needed thing? It's more like picking up or something like that. Just the chore sticks doesn't work for me, and that's fine. We all have our own way of doing the homemaking and mothering, but I want to be specific about giving them maybe each their own assigned special chore for like 2 weeks and then like switching it. I want them to learn how to sort laundry. I sort very minimally. It's just heavy items like denim and jeans and Josh's work pants, you know, and then all the other clothes, except for towels and washcloths, they get their own bin, and then whites. So that's those 4 sections, so the kids can easily figure out how to sort everything out. And then I just do a load a day. So if they can help me with the sorting, Fletcher already always likes to switch the laundry from the washer to the dryer. Yes, I should probably make it a goal to hang up an Amish wash line and hang my laundry up outside every day, but it's just not that stage of life for me. We all make choices. We all have our priorities, and I guess that's just not one of them for me, except when it comes to bedding and occasionally towels and stuff. But yeah, we use our dryer pretty often, even in the summer. I want to teach them how to do windows properly because, oh my goodness, windows in the summer are just crazy. I just feel like everything just gets dirtier in the summer, honestly. I think it's also the Lancaster County air of all the Amish guys spreading their manure on the fields, and just things are dirtier in general. I don't know. In and out all the time, swim stuff everywhere. It just takes a lot. And with me having one goal for my home to be a haven and a safe place, a predictable, orderly space for my family, I can't do it alone. I'm gonna have to get them to help pitch in their little ways that they can as 4 and 5-year-olds. And if you guys missed my video where I talked about getting your husband to help out if he's not helpful, definitely don't miss that one. I feel like that had some pretty practical points in it and just different ways of looking at the situation. But yeah, Josh is very helpful for the most part. I can't complain. But yeah, just getting my kids more involved in the domestic duties around the house. I was really intentional back when I was pregnant with my 3rd to make sure that everything had a place and that we knew where it belonged. So for the most part, we know where things belong. It's just the process of getting them there. You know what I mean? So those are my goals and non-negotiables for the summer. I would just love to know down below what you guys would add to the list. Maybe just pick 1 or 2 things and tell us down below what you would like to do better at this summer or be intentional about. They could be serious or fun or whatever, just like mine were. And just remember, this is the only summer that you get with your children at the age that they are now. The only one. Next year it'll be completely different. Like my 1-year-old will be 2 next year, completely different. Yeah, we'll never get this summer back again. And so don't put that kind of pressure on yourself to make it perfect, but be intentional and do your best to make it the best that it can be. So thank you guys so much for being here. Check out Daily Harvest and use my code for up to $65 off of your first box. Thank you, Daily Harvest, for helping me get veggies and fruits into my life a little bit more. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Do rabbits have tiptoes?
Do rabbits have tiptoes? I don't know. They have little paws.
Bunnies.
Yeah, bunnies.
Bunnies have tiptoes?
I guess the tip of their toes. Where'd you get that question?
Hello.
Are you looking at a book?